Okay, in this video, we'll talk about the meeting I had with Ásgeir Óskarsson, the new head of the Bitcoin Association in Zurich, Switzerland. Also, the potential utility and use case of the NAR, the digital asset recovery, and the rules on-chain, applying that. And then also the space I've got coming up tomorrow regarding the revealing of the potentially the author of the white paper with the Steganography. So, all right, stay tuned. I had a great meeting today with Ásgeir Óskarsson. He's the brother of Siggy. He's the head of the BA in Zug, Switzerland. There's three brothers called the Óskarsson brothers. Long beards on two of the older ones. And he's the younger one. He's 40, worked in banking, and then more recently worked in insurance. And now he's the head of the association, managing director. So big role, and he's basically in charge of, the stewardship of the protocol. That's the main role, along with revealing Teranode to the world in the next month or so. I mean, it's happening very, very soon, rolling it out. Some of the things that we talked about was his involvement with the World Economic Forum conference last month or so in Switzerland as well. He rode up to the Alps, the Swiss Alps where it was, and hung out with all the, the higher ups, all the big wigs in the World Economic Forum, the evildoers up there, and some of the wrongdoers, these people, politicians, and rubbed elbows with them. But it wasn't about being political necessarily. It was more about just networking and getting the message out there about the value add of blockchain adoption and how that happens. The real utility and the use case of using blockchain for transparency and trust and solving problems, making more efficiency, saving money, and ultimately scaling on a scalable network. So, he did meet with a bunch of people out there that were high level and had some reporting back on that he's got some major projects and things in the works right now. He's not looking at doing any public announcements or videos at this time, but he is going to do a show with me in, looks like April or May, with him and Siggy. We'll definitely do a show and talk more about the protocol and what's happening. They really want to focus on getting this Teranode out there right now and bringing forward this scalable blockchain, this true proof of work scalable blockchain to the world, to bring forward adoption. So definitely a great. I want to thank Crest for setting up the meeting. Awesome getting it done. I love that. It was phenomenal. We talked about the NAR. It's the network access rules and the digital asset recovery before. They have this protocol which enables nodes to reverse funds, to reverse transactions if a court order is followed. So not to do something outside the law, but only if the court allows it and authorizes something, then the NAR and the digital asset rules could actually reverse a transaction. So give you an example. Dude comes to me, a friend of mine, and he says that he used to have Centbee, or he had Centbee. Centbee changed their protocol apparently, and he went offline for a while, forgot about his wallet, didn't upgrade it, lost his words, couldn't access his coins. He's got his KYC. He's got all of his documents to show that he bought originally what he did was he bought BTC with a KYC exchange, transferred it to BCH, transferred it over to BSV, but it's thousands and thousands and thousands. It's a huge amount. So he's a whale, massive amount. So it's not just a few, it's a whale amount of coins. This is BSV that he's got tied up in there. Now, so I told him about the network access rules of the digital asset recovery that Connor Murray had done a show before and talked about it on an X Space that I had. And, I said, if you can go out and get a court order, then you can basically bring it to the association, and then they can present it to the nodes. The nodes could enforce the network access rules to then do digital asset recovery and help him get his keys back. his actual coins. So he'd have to go to court, okay? Prove to the court first. This got to happen, He's got to go to court. Yeah, it's got to be expensive. He's going to have to go and do all the legal stuff. Take all the time. It's going to take a while, probably. But once he goes to court and gives whoever the parties are due process, then if the judge determines that he is the actual rightful owner and holder of those and they're lost and he has access, but he can find them somehow, he tracks them to the blockchain, then the judge could order that he is the rightful owner. Then he would bring it to the association and they could trigger the network access, the digital asset recovery through the network access rules. So, dude, sounds like it could be actually applied. It's a dude who's lost enough, many thousands of coins on a whale to make it substantially worthwhile for him to go pursue that. So I thought that was pretty cool, man. That actually could be put to use and see that happening. So tomorrow I got a space. Alex Favell, 1 o'clock Pacific, 8 Eastern, 8 UK. We're going to go and break down if the white paper actually reveals steganography, the Bitcoin white paper, if it actually holds the author's name inside of it with the lines of codes through a particular algorithm. So super, mystery. It's like a mystery topic. This thing has been talked about in the court case in COPA. And inside that case, if you remember, Dr. Wright testified on the stand that he used steganography to write the white paper. And he said, I can prove another way that I'm the author of the Bitcoin white paper if you'd like me to. And then Judge Mudd ended the hearing for that day. I remember specifically, he canceled the hearing. He says, that's all time we have for today, everybody. Have a nice day. And he shut it down. Right when Dr. Wright said that was like the last thing that he said. I can prove that I authored the white paper another way, the court, if it pleases the court, Your Honor. That's all for today, guys. Have a nice day, Dr. And boom. And it was really Judge Mudd. He needs to be the judge who rules on himself. That's right. Well, sometimes with the way the courts operate, the corruption in the courts right now, in UK, we've seen it. It's Judge Mudd. That's why his name is Mudd is an example, but it's common. Like they went after President Trump. They went after Andrew Tate. They went after a lot of people that just absolute charges were not even, they weren't charged. There was no case. It's called lawfare. And they weaponized it against people. I have another friend, they weaponized it against in Long Beach. She ran a business, just operated a business, and they weaponized the judicial system with misdemeanors and charged her with crimes and tried to put her in jail. All she did was run her business. No crime. And so it's common. We got major corruption. We got to stop this stuff. And this is, don't be surprised. I guess some people like believe every court order. Yeah. For the most part, like I would say the courts can be decent, but there are weaponized situations. And like this Judge Mudd ruling is one of those. And I think that this steganography that Alex Favell has come up with may actually show the true author of the white paper. Let's find out tomorrow. Stay tuned. Great meeting us with the association. We talked about a lot, man. Lots to come, and I can share as much as I'll share what I can. But I'm going to definitely do a space with them and Siggy in the future, coming up next month or May, and network access rules and digital asset recovery put to use. I'd like to see that utilized by someone, and it just may be in the works. I'll keep you posted on that. All right. Hit the ones. My name is Gavin. See you at the top. Tune in tomorrow on X Live to find out the details of the white paper from Alex himself. We'll see you at the top.